You're watching Quad V, your gaming vision. You're watching Quad V, your gaming vision with Jay.
That's most definitely correct. This is Quad V. It is your gaming vision, and it does look like we have had the knife run now. Who actually won the knife run there, Millen? Because I couldn't pay attention due to having to
It was France, and they have taken the terrorist side.
That's to be expected, to be quite honest. We saw them do that at the Gadget Show live this weekend just gone. So obviously the French preferring to start off on that T side. It is one of, I suppose it is one of the few maps where starting off on the T side is an advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, there are not many that are like that. Mainly it is the CT side that people will pick.
Well, not going to be too far from game live here. It will be Dust 2 for the first map, I believe Train for the second. The third one, Process of Elimination, has not happened for that yet, but if it does go to free, what do you anticipate the map being? Do you think it'll be something weird like Tuscan, or do you think it'll be something sort of standard like Nuke?
I could see France picking Tuscan. Finland, probably Nuke.
Yeah, well, if I was Finland, I think Nuke would probably be the map that I wanted, and I definitely want that CT side first, because if you let the game get away from you, the French are going to put the boot in, and we saw that with Crackman, of course. Now, Crackman did manage to sort of, I suppose, put in a good fight. It finished 16-14, but the damage had already been done, of course, so that proves the point that if you do give France a sort of early advantage and a few rounds to work with, that they are going to actually pick up the game eventually, even if it is with a struggle. Now, just give you the quick roster rundowns, because we're not going to be too far from game live here. Just pull up your first one. We'll start with France, of course. We're going to have Shock, Smiths, KRL, High Soccer, and CSS, of course. That's a pretty solid five, isn't it, Millen?
Indeed, you've got the two Very Games player, two Redline, then High Soccer. I'm not actually sure. I think he may play for.
Is he not in the new Epsilon squad?
I'm not too sure personally.
I think he might be in the new Epsilon squad, but we haven't really seen anything from those guys yet.
It is nice to see a fresh talent in there.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, it's long past due as well, because the French scene has long been about pretty much the same 10 players. Anyway, Finland, we're going to see DeLonghi, Samitsky, Angel Dust, Sisu, and, I'm going to butcher this last one. Let me just try and read it out first before I completely maul it. Riscattery. Now, that is, I can almost guarantee that's been completely butchered by myself, but, yeah, another new talent.
I believe that's Kanonen, is it?
Is it? Oh, well, at least I've lost connection anyway. Have you lost connection to the server? I hope you haven't.
Yeah, I've lost it as well.
Fail. Okay, well, it looks like we have to go back on another break here. Not good, but, oh well, part and parcel of online Counter-Strike, of course. No to online play, yes to LAN is what I'm going to say. Anyway, what we're going to do is we are going to take a brief break, like I did say. Hopefully when we come back this time, because we are now an hour past game live, which is kind of ridiculous. But when we do come back, hopefully we'll have game live of France versus Finland in the Nations Cup final. Don't go anywhere, keep it locked. Back after this.
You're watching Quad V, your gaming vision with Jay.
That's most definitely correct. Third attempt here at the ClanBase Nations Cup final. It's going to be Finland versus France, of course. It does look like we are underway with the pistols. Millen, first two kills going the way of Finland here. It looks like Finland do have the advantage, doesn't it?
Indeed. I'm currently having problems joining Spectator.
Oh,
there is no option on the select team menu to go to Spectator.
Maybe they'll throw it up next time, but it says that you're already in Spec, actually, so I'm kind of perplexed as to that.
Yeah,
maybe try reconnect.
waiting for you to join a team.
Angel just there with the USB headshots coming from the low B tunnels. It's going to be CRZ dropped, and as we can see now, it's just going to leave Shock here at CT spawn. Does manage to pick up that Glock kill onto DeLonghi here. This is very important round for France, of course. I mean, don't want to give up those pistol rounds to that CT side, as Angel just does manage to wallbang that headshot with the USP. That's the first round on the board for Finland now, and well, Finland should very well take the next two, but then again, with the eco skills of France, don't put anything beyond them, because they are perfectly capable of coming back and sort of picking up an upset victory. Well, KRL popping out the no bunny, no crouch bug, so gentleman's agreement has been struck in server. That's always good to see, because I personally hate crouch bug with a passion. Now, Angel Dust on the push, he's going to get the headshot into Smiths. Soccer replying with the Deagle headshot, just to harken back to the point that I was making. Now, Millen, are you in spec?
No, I'm currently in B site looking at the select team menu. It's really nice. I'm not too sure what I can do.
Have you tried
When
disconnecting
I
and
type
reconnecting?
spectating console, yeah, it says you cannot become a spectator.
Oh, that's weird. Hopefully we can get that issue
So,
sorted.
yeah.
I'll try and figure
I can
that
see the kills going on. I can see what's going on in B site anyway.
out. So one of the two sites, we're almost happy. Anyway, Sisu with the FAMAS headshot, going to high soccer dropped. CSZ though with the deagle play back onto Sisu though, and it does look like France here perfectly capable of, even in the eco rounds, of picking up kills and doing some cash damage to the Finns, which really isn't a good sign for this Finnish squad, because against these French players in those eco rounds, you really do need to keep hold of your weapons. Now, DeLonghi does manage to grab the final headshot. That's going to be CSZ taken down. 2-0 scoreline, and from this point forward, it's going to start to get interesting, because we haven't seen the bomb plant, so Finland should be almost assured 3 rounds on the board here, shouldn't they, Milan?
They should be. Well, I haven't even seen a bomb plant at all from France, I don't think, so they should be really low on cash at the moment.
Oh, Deagle's in play again. Shot manages to get
We'll
the
be
first
seeing
tag.
a AK.
Does look like we are going to see a bit of a long rush here from Shock. He's going to actually try and peek onto the cross, but nobody really there at this point, so going to switch away from him as Smith's managed to make it all the way into the pit. The bomb is going to be starting to make its way back down those low B tunnels, but Isaac taking a fairly large hit, 25 HP removed. KRL going to pick up that deagle kill onto Sammy though. Sammy caught his pants around his ankles after trying to engage with high sockers. KRL picks up the headshot with the deagle. That's going to be Conan taken down. And from this point now, it looks like Finland are going to be going short here as Angel Dust grabs 2 M4 frags. KRL and CRZ both taken down. Eventually, Angel Dust does lose his M4 though, so it's going to be in the hands of High Soccer here. He is the bomb carrier as well, so France are going to get this A plant. Do you think the chances of defending it now they've actually got a weapon to work with, Milan?
I think it's very high. It's going to be a lot for DeLonge, and it was too much as Smith takes him down.
Well, 2-1 no score.
Of him there.
Yeah, it was a big ask. I mean, you're going up against sort of 3 top caliber players, one of them with an M4 and the bomb ticking, so I really didn't see that actually coming back now. Milan, have you tried typing killing console? Because maybe it's sort of spawned you in, but not on the team. I'm just thinking about that.
I have tried that, yeah.
Oh, fail. Okay, hopefully we can figure out what the problem is. Maybe it'll take till half time, or maybe we can just jump you in server and you can actually just kill yourself whilst in server. Anyway, Milan, we are going to see a couple of kills going the way of France here, and it looks like, well, Angel Dust and company are putting on a couple of frags here, but France do seem to be making good headway into that B site, so bomb should be going down in a matter of mere moments, and they should go 2 apiece. Do you think Finland are going to be guilty of throwing away the sort of third round that should have been theirs here? Do you think that could very well cost them dearly?
Definitely. I mean, those decos can be extremely deadly, and in the hands of France, it's definitely too much for Finland. It's just too easy to just get a 1D and just get your head picked off, and that's opened up a new area of the map, and they're able to push through and win the round.
Well, it does look like Finland arguing on the full buy here. We've got Sammy up in those mid-double doors, but not peeking, playing smart. He knows that Smith is going to be there, and I think he actually tagged Smith, because Smith is down to 38 HP, so perhaps a second shot from Sammy in that position wouldn't have gone amiss. Nonetheless, he has actually fallen back over towards sort of halfway between the ramp and the cross, so he's obviously going to be covering CT spawn still. We do have a short stack here from Finland. We've got 2 members, Conan, and it's going to be Angel Dust again. He does manage to pick up an M4 frag onto KRL, so the French are being held back here. With Smith down to 38 HP as well, you'd have to say that a couple of good grenades here could very well change the course of this round. Smitsky, he's still going to be watching that cross. We got, as you can see, Smith starting to go short here now. He does get a good HE up towards short. He does manage to, with the backup from Smith, pick up that frag as well, but he's eventually shut down, so that 38 HP was definitely not to his advantage as we got higher soccer. He's actually following up here for France, so... Ooh, bad flashbang though. Does manage to narrowly avoid it. The CT flash coming in though is going to force higher soccer to just start spraying with that AK-47. Good flashbangs here from the Finns, I have to say. They're managing to keep the French at bay on short, which is no mean feat, to be quite honest, because normally it doesn't phase them. Higher soccer going to be leading the way. A high assault now. To see somebody on cross. Is that going to be Sammy on the cross? Well, CSZ is going to scope up with Smith's AWP towards his position. France playing with 2 AWPs. Not going to stop Conan from grabbing an M4 frag and a headshot onto CSZ. And High Soccer. Shock replying though. Shock going to try to get the double. Not going to happen. Sisu from the low ground picks up the headshot, and that's now 3-2. So the advantage switches back to the Finns here, and that's going to reset the French cash, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. They are going to struggle a bit now. I mean, it is terrace-sided enough as it is, and then when you're on an eco, really does pose a real problem.
Well, France have managed to find the cash to buy up again here, so First kill is going to go the way of CSZ. It's going to be leveled straight back up by Angel Dust, though, on that aggressive peek from short. And it seems like the Finns actually playing with a modicum of strategy here, not pushing all at once, just sending somebody out to peek and figure out exactly where everyone is, which is exceptionally smart play. And from this team, I wouldn't expect anything less, to be quite honest, after watching them through the Nations Cup, especially in that game against Germany. I mean, they went down, I think it was 16-9 the first map. They won the second one 16-0, and then the final one was something like 16-12, which I think was Inferno. Showing that they definitely do have a lot of sort of workman-like just ethics. I mean, they never bow the head, which is something that a lot of top teams tend to do. I mean, we saw that perhaps a little bit with Crackline and Dignitas over the weekend at the Gadget Show, of course. Now, Smith and KO are going to grab headshots. Shotgun on the mid double doors. He's going to chop Angel Dust down as DeLonghi does manage to grab himself an M4.
Nice work by DeLonge.
Yep, he does. We are going to see Smith manage to get into the B site here. Just 6 HP remaining. Gets his HE off into those tunnels now. Millen, B site is all yours here. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing DeLonge getting some very nice shots there, taking out 3 so far. One-on-one situation. He needs to be careful here. One hasn't gone down yet.
Ooh, Shock almost gave away the ghost there. 75 HP remaining. He's going to go for the bomb plant. DeLonge with 22 HP, so bomb does go down here, and it does look like Shock is going to try and defend it against DeLonge with 22 HP. Now he's spamming away with that M4 for the boxes. Not going to happen, though. Shock picks up the AK-47 frag, and again we see the momentum shift. Nobody really stamping their authority on this game as of yet, Millen.
Yeah, very unfortunate by DeLonge there. Good play in the B side.
Well, let's take a quick
Unlucky
peek
not to get
at
that final frag, really.
Take a quick peek at CT spawn. As you can see, no real weapons being bought, so it's just going to be USPs, and you'd imagine another round over to France here, because Finland not necessarily renowned for their eco skills. It tends to be in the gun rounds where they get it done, so wouldn't be too surprised here if we do see France just sort of straight up eco bash, and CSZ is going to start it off with the first headshot. Saying that, Sisu's going to grab himself a USP headshot to KRL, and he's going to get a second one as well. That's going to be high socket drop. CSZ does manage to move in with Shock up now into that B site, so bomb should go down here from France, but at this point, Millen, I mean, with France taking as many casualties as they have, it's done a lot of cash damage, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. I mean, to lose those AKs is never great, obviously, and though it is not as big a problem for the terrorists, you know, the guns are cheaper, much more so than the CTs, and to lose a gun isn't as big a problem as if it were reversed to the CT side.
Very true, because the buy is what, $4,500 for an AK, 2 flashbangs and body armor, I think, and a HE. So, whereas you're looking at what is a full CT kit, about 5,500, because you got the diffuse in there as well.
Yeah.
So
Fuse and the M4 costing an extra 600.
Yeah, so it's not as big an issue as sort of losing kills on that CT side of an eco, but still, nonetheless, I mean, the bomb exploded, so they got the $800 back from the plant, I suppose. So no harm, no foul, but. Not exactly the sort of best defense. Well, I'm saying best defense, best B rush that we've ever seen from France. Anyway, Smith's going to pick up the outkill onto Smitsky, so good start here for France, as KRL does manage to also grab the AK-47 frag onto Angel Dust. It's not looking good here for Finland, who are tagged up as Winland, as you can see in server. Coleman does have something to say about it, though. He does manage to grab himself one headshot. He's going to get the second one as well into high socket. Nicely done, that pit just lighting up with M4 fire. DeLonge now going to make his way down to lower B, and he's probably going to see Shock any second. Yep, spots the head ahead of Shock, but can't get the frag. Shock well aware that there was going to be somebody in those lower B tunnels, and well, it's showing that he does have the skills. Anyway, Conan with 63 HP.
Has the bomb at long. If he can hold that bomb, he could do something good. 3 players descending on him now, though, so...
I take it that you're in spec mode, then? Or are you watching from the...
I've managed to get it. I've just brought an overview up, yeah.
Anyway, Conan with another headshot, third one of the round. That's going to be Smith's taken down. And like you were saying, if you can hold the bomb here, then that could really scupper France's chances. Forced to fall away, just 3 HP remaining, spraying away with the M4. Probably going to get dropped here. Saying that, Sisu's got the back up the AWP. He's going to pick up those 2 final kills. And, well, Finland managed to hold out there on long, and that was quite impressive, to be quite honest. I think if DeLonge
great play by Conan.
Yeah, I mean, it not only Conan, but I mean, if DeLonge hadn't held him pit, there would have been no way of actually sort of securing that bomb. So... great round from Finland. That's going to make it 4 apiece. France perhaps a little bit guilty of facing in one-on-ones, though.
Yeah, they should have really waited and all gone together. It was a nice rotation by Sisu round to long to help his teammate out. Seeing a B rush from mid here.
Well, you can see France going up there with the Glocks. Going to be completely decimated by Sisu, though. Hat-trick of, well, double headshots and a chest shot. It looks like he's going to get the third one there with the kill into Smith. So that's now a 5-4 good old-fashioned Swedish eco from the French. And as I suppose, let's just check what they've actually bought up here. Yeah, we've got AKs and AWPs in play, so France on the full bite. This could be the round where it could all change for the French here on this T side, because I can almost guarantee you that they're probably looking at sort of a 9-6 score on that T side, which is the score the French would expect at this level of play. Whether that's going to happen, though, doesn't look that way, because the Finns are actually putting up more than a decent fight here. Angel Dust's going to get that first frag again. And out of the 9 rounds that we've seen, I think Finland have had first frag probably about 5 of the times.
Yeah, I seem to find that at the moment the Finns are doing much better when they're keeping back a bit and they're waiting for them to come to them rather than on that round before. They lost 2 initially because had 1 peeking mid with an AWP and 1 pushing long, and they got picked off by being too aggressive. I think being more defensive like they are playing now is working out better than for them.
Yeah, as you can see, we got Semi actually falling back to the cross here. He does see Smith, so and he does pick up the kill. Nicely done. It's kind of spazzed out there on the scope, but does get the kill regardless, so I suppose can't really complain. And the second one to follow up is going to be High Soccer dropped as well, as he picked up the AWP that was actually left there by France. So from this point now, it's advantage Finland. Finland could very well take the 6-4 and start to build a bit of an advantage. Now, they still have CSS on those A-high boxes here. Obviously, he's somewhat scared. Sammy, who's just picked up his 3rd kill into shock. Sammy does spot the head. He's managed to make it back to cover here at cross, so good flashbang here. Yep, that's going to force CSZ to actually take cover, and it's probably going to allow Samitsky to get in position. Does miss the headshot narrowly. Just spamming away, looking for the easy headshot. He is going to get onto CSZ, but not before CSZ could take down Conan. 6-4 scoreline. I have to say, Sammy was quite on that round. If Sammy can keep playing this way, do you think Finland are in with a chance here of taking the Nations Cup final?
I think definitely, yeah, they are doing some individually great stuff coming out. I mean, each round so far, it's been like 3 or 4 kills from one individual person. Seems to be a bit more of a individual talent than a team play going on here.
Well, that's kind of what Finland have been missing in my estimation, the fact that, France can field 5 players who don't have to practice together and can still win because they make headshots, but if the Finns are capable of doing that themselves, then I think there's no reason that they can't. Now, you saw Sisu there with the Deagle headshot and Smith some shot. Just managed to grab himself an M4 from a dead body, but not going to happen as Conan picks up the final kill. High Soccer did manage to take down Sisu, so a little bit of extra cash there for the old bank balance, but it is now a 7-4 scoreline, and well, with the scoreline being 7-4, I think France have got to be somewhat despondent at this point, because when they started off on their preferred side of the terrorist side here on Dust 2, didn't they?
Definitely, the T side, like we said, can be a lot easier, but different teams, different tactics. You can actually get a big score from the CT sides. I wouldn't write off France just yet at all.
No, not by any stretch of the imagination, because I mean, they could still take the half victory 8-7 here, but even if it does go 8-7 to France, I think Finland could be fairly happy about that, can't they?
Yeah, seven rounds in the CT, you do set them up quite well for a strong T side, yeah.
I mean, as long as you get pistols, that is, because if you lose the pistols, then you're pretty much screwed. But I mean, if Finland can take this anywhere near an 8-7 scoreline in their favour, there's no reason that they can't take Dust 2. Now, we are going to see Haisaka pick up double frags with the AK-47, Angel and Sisu both being dropped, but Delonge there with the M4 return. That's now an 8-4 scoreline, so there's even a possibility that we could see this, heaven forbid, go 11-4 over to the Finns. Weapons being brought up from both sides, so there should be... I'm saying weapons being brought up, actually. It looks like a deco around here from France, so... They're casting quite a bit of 1-6 where you don't see the weapons. Anyway, yep, it's going to be a heavy B-rush. Samitsky moving in with the ARP here, so...
Nice play by Smiths there.
Oh, good flashbang from the French as well. That's one thing that they do superbly. Bomb's going to go down on that B site, and Millen with the control of the B site completely in French hands. Can't really see, well, Angel Dust and company actually getting back into the B site here, can you?
No, not at all. Saying that he is going for it, I guess their money must be quite high for them to go for that. Could easily have saved those 2 guns, so hoping that Finland do have the money in their advantage at the moment then.
As you can see, fast and furious game so far. I'm kind of glad of that, because we did have an hour delay. Top scorer so far in the first half is going to be Sisu, 15-9. Second place is going to go to Angel Dust, 14-8. And third, the honour will go to Shock, 14-9. Shoxy was my MVP of the Gadget Show, and rightfully so. He was absolutely on, and I think when we see him on that CT side, he's probably going to post up some massive numbers, to be quite honest. Anyway, Conan with the opening M4 frag. It's going to be KRL cut down. So High Soccer's going to make it all the way to pit here, and you can see that, just a lot of French smoke over towards long. And Conan is going to grab that headshot. Really, High Soccer should have been in pit way before that. Not quite sure what he was doing, dawdling just on the outskirts of the pit, but if he would have made it in there, he would have had cover, of course, and he would have found Angel Dust, who was actually waiting there, of course. 14 HP for Angel Dust. Does have the bomb, and this could be reminiscent of the, I think it was the 5th round where we saw, was it DeLong in the pit? I think it was DeLong in the pit, wasn't it?
It was Kanonen.
Oh, was it Conan? Okay, Conan in the pit then.
Yeah, and doing the same thing again this round with the 3 frags there.
Right, well, Angel Dust managed to grab the M4 frag onto CRZ, and that is going to shut down that French attack, so 9-5 now your scoreline, and this could be considered somewhat of an upset considering the way that Finland have started. As you can see from spawn, CT's all bought up, so no cash issues here for Finland. And apparently none for France, so yet another gun round here. This is the last round of your first half, of course. With the first half scoreline of 10.
Looks like
Sorry, go ahead, Miller.
Finland are pushing at mid now. Deco from Finland pushing at mid. Nice headshot from Angel Dust. Shock taking them both down.
It appears that France do have the upper hand here, and it probably is going to go 9-6, but still a 9-6 score on that CT side against arguably the best team in the world at CSS. Well, best nation in the world at CSS anyway. No mean feat. Sisu's still got something to say about it. He's going to be contesting this round till the bitter end. Just managed to grab the headshot onto the leap into pit there, so... I see Shock and company, 3-man stack on long, slowly walking it here, but I imagine they have been given away. They can hear somebody just to the left of them at cross, at least I can. I have very limited game sense, so I would imagine the French are well aware of all the Finnish positions here. Sisu coming through spawn. We got DeLonge on short. Bomb is going to go down here on the A site, so France do have the one-man advantage and also the bomb ticking. What do you think the chances of a sort of clutch here from Sisu and DeLonge are?
I think it's possible. I mean, the bomb is planted in a rather bad position, well, as far as I can tell from overview. Not done a long plant like they could have. And it's all up to the final player now on the rotate.
Oh, nicely done, High
He
Soccer.
does get the clutch.
That was beautiful. I mean, we saw about half second there from the defuse, and High Soccer just shows up
I'm
at the
going to
right
see if
time.
I can...
Can we get you in? Hopefully we can.
No, there's no option for spectate.
Okay, let me see if we can fix that. Maybe they disabled it. I don't know. Let me just see if they can actually change it. Okay, maybe they got that message, but then again, I am in spec mode, so perhaps they didn't actually read that. I think that probably the best thing to do is the second map we'll try and get it sorted out. But like you said, you got your eye on the overview, so you know exactly what's going down. Pistol round of the second half now underway, and with what we saw in that last half, I mean a 9-6 scoreline, it really doesn't benefit either team too much, does it? I mean that's sort of a neutral score, isn't it, here on Dust 2?
Well, not really. Like I said, it was to the CT side, wasn't it? 9-6.
Yeah, but it's one of those maps that can go either
really
way.
Need
really,
this pistol.
Yeah, I've probably seen
Say
it.
France really do need this pistol to be able to win this, like, without too much of a struggle.
I think both teams do, to be quite honest, because sort of Finland's T side isn't going to be as strong as France's T side in my estimation. So picking up the pistols is going to be a huge bonus for Finland as well. Now KRL and Smith's coming up through short. DeLong there with the headshot to CRZ, but as you can see, Conan replying with his own headshot, Shock cutting down whoever that was over towards the cross. That would have been Conan. Does look like France are going to move in here to try and actually capture his plant, but as you can see, it's planted for long, and we do have DeLong actually in place. He grabs the headshot to Shock. Finland in a good position here to actually defend this plant. Now, Samitsky saying he lost his pistol. I'm not quite sure how that happens, but it doesn't matter because DeLong is going to clutch it, and well, it's going to be a 1-0.
Nice play from DeLonge.
Yeah,
it's always going to be hard to defend from long, especially with a Glock, and did that quite well, really.
Yeah, it's not well. I'm saying it's not as accurate. It's nowhere near as accurate as a USP at that sort of range. So DeLong doing exceptionally well to control his fire and make sure that he just wasn't spamming bullets over towards the bomb site, but he was actually picking his shots. So anyway, 10-6 scoreline, 4 rounds now the difference. Finland going to be looking to put the boot in here and pick up these next 2 rounds. Now DeLong though with the HE kill onto Smiths. Smiths did manage to get the headshot, so 4-4 situation here, but I'd say that's a disadvantage to France, to be quite honest, because they've now only got 1 member on that B. In fact, no, sorry, 2 members on the B side.
Like I've said, this is where France can be very deadly with the Deagles in hand.
Yeah, most definitely. We have seen it time and time again here at Club League.
3 up at the moment.
I think as long as Finland play this smart, though, and hold back, there's no reason that they can't take this round, even being a man down. All they've got to do is level it back up and then push, to be quite honest, because... and obviously make the shots. I mean, France don't tend to really miss with those deagles, so you got to be on the ball with that AK-47. Anyway, DeLong's starting to push short here. Looks like France may have made the heavy rotation over towards B, just leaving KRL on that A site, and this could be quite brutal for KRL. Yep, he's going to be shot in the side of the head by DeLong. Rotation is going to start now from France. That's what I do like about this French squad. They don't mess around. I mean, they tend to make the move as quickly as possible. So, good play from France in the rotation, but I don't really see this happening for them. It looks like, yeah, we're going to have Hayasaka pushing short here. Imagine he's probably just trying to get exit kills here or capture an AK-47. Would you, Millen?
Yeah, when they've just got the deals in hand, they definitely just need to try and upset the Finnish economy a little bit. Try and take some of the guns off of them so they've got to buy next round again.
As you can see, CSS spamming away that deagle, does manage to get the headshot onto Sisu. Obviously, there's an AK now loose, but he's not going to be baited by that to the cross. In fact, no, he is. He's going to try and pick up the AK and cross. He's going to explode, surely. Bomb does explode. There we go. And it looks like, allow spectators has been changed to 1. So maybe now, Millen, you can jump in.
Yep, there we go.
Sweet. Okay, Millen. Obviously, with what we've seen so far here in the second half, it's just been 2 straight eco rounds. 1 eco round and a pistol round going over to Finland. The next one should go their way as well, shouldn't it? Saying that, we got an early buy from the French.
It should really, but well, the Deco USP.
Well, we do have actually shotgun MP5 at mid, so interesting.
Oh yeah, true.
And that's the kill with it. He's going to drop Samitsky, falls back, very smart play. Doesn't want to give up an MP5. I think really if
I think luckily for Samitsky, he only had a deagle, didn't he? Yeah.
I'd imagine he saves for the ARP used until that 4th round, so probably a good thing that he only had a Deegan body armor. Now Conan is going to pick up the AK frag onto Hayasaka on shot. You saw that here on the video stream. You see he's just managed to re-pick up the bomb here as he does switch out AK-47s. Angel just also grabbing the headshot onto Shock here, so the sort of really light buy, sort of you might almost call it an anorexic buy, who just Shock on the MP5 and the rest of the team on the Deagles. Doesn't seem to have paid off perhaps the way that France would have liked, has it?
Not at all. I mean, you got, is it Cruz, would I say? CRZ? Over on the A site with just the 1 HP.
Single HP, that's not
Hoping
good.
for a bit of a flashbang kill over there, would be very nice. Sadly, they're going towards the B bomb site.
I'm pretty sure.
KRL to stand.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure as he tries to make the rotation, he'll be cut down here as DeLonge picks up the kill onto KRL. Angelus going to grab that frag onto CRZ. Pretty much harsh language could have taken him down at that point, of course, and it's now, 3-0 on the half. We are looking at an overall scoreline of 12-6, of course, and really we've now 6 rounds in it. As long as Finland don't, particularly mess up too much here, they've got to be considered in the driver's seat in this T side, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. Well, this round's going to be very important. Whoever can take the first gun round is going to take the momentum, going to have the money, and they'll be able to probably get another 2 rounds with it, something around those lines.
Well, a very aggressive push there from Conan through mid. He does meet Smith's business end of his ARP. That's now a 5-4 situation in favour of France, so perhaps Finland a little bit guilty of being too overly aggressive. At least one player being too overly aggressive anyway. We can see that we got France starting to shift around towards that midsection of the map. Smitsky though with his ARP, he's going to be dropped, caught with a flashbang. That's going to be shocked there for the M4 frag. And after watching Guardian as much as I did at I-36, who tends to not buy any flashes or HE, for that ARPer, I think that's actually kind of a good idea, because sometimes the ARP can actually get distracted with just trying to keep them at bay as opposed to trying to make those shots, can't he?
True, but it can be a real hindrance when you need that flash or HE if you're in a clutch situation at the end.
True.
It's a risky thing, but it can pay off for him.
Aegis with the
Nice
HE
bit
and
of
the
Angels there
headshot.
pushing into B.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, he's been...
All up to high soccer, and again. Very nice of Angelus.
He's been on since the Gadget Show, really. I mean, we saw him pick up a 3-on-1 clutch on Nuke with just a pistol against weapons, so... Angel does even though he's been away as long as he has, what was he away? Was it 8 months in the Navy?
Something around that, yeah, a long time.
Yeah, and most people after 8 months really wouldn't be able to get back the game that they once had. Apparently Angel's just not that way. He seems to be almost approaching the levels that he was at just before he left. Anyway, Smith's going to grab 2 deagle kills. Samitsky and Sisu are going to reply those, so France sort of giving up position for a couple of early frags here. See if he's going to grab his second kill of the round. That's going to be high soccer dropped. And now it seems like, well, Finland in a dominant position. They've got control of the whole midsection of the map. They can either go short or through the B tunnels here. Which way would you recommend? Because it does seem like we got France actually covering short and the lower B here. Do you think they're going to have to eliminate CSS?
Well, I'd push through long, really, would be the best opportunity for them, wouldn't it, really? But looks like they're just going to be able to take them out.
Well, they spoke too soon there. Shock picks up the Deagle kill. He's got 65 HP and he's now going to have, I'd imagine, an AK-47 to work with. Yep, you can see that on his back.
I'd say at this point, it's so far, like, that's a successful Deagle round for France. What, is it 3 kills? Yeah, 3 kills. And taken down, I think Samitsky was an AWPer. They've done the damage to Finland's economy.
Yeah, most definitely. And really, at this stage of the game,
is a plus.
I mean, Finland on that T side, like we said before, is not necessarily as much of an issue as it is when it comes to sort of the CT side, but doing the damage nonetheless. Anyway, we did see the bomb go down. DeLong just pick up the kill, and that's now 5-0 on the half. Finland seem to be coasting here. They don't seem to be particularly stressed by this French squad, and it's nice to see because most teams sort of fall to pieces when the French get going.
Well, 2 early picks by France there. Definitely going to put France back in the driver's seat.
14-6 now the scoreline. CSS going to pick the AWP kill as well into DeLonge, and looks like Hausaka's going to grab the doubles with the M4. That's going to be the end of sort of Finland's little streak that they managed to put together 5 rounds straight. This is now where we could see France get back into the game.
Yeah, that's the France we know, really. The easy rounds, just 5 kills, no messing about, got the job done. If we can see more than that, we can definitely see a good comeback from France.
Yeah, most certainly.
2 picks straight off from the start.
It's just ridiculous play from the French as of late. The aim is pretty much unsurpassed in EU CSS, perhaps. The patience might need a little bit of working on, as we saw at the Gadget Show against Crackland in the exhibition games, but really their aim is second to none. So not surprised by what we saw in the 2 picks though. Most teams would pretty much freak out at that point and just rush somewhere, but France just seemed to be holding back a little bit and sort of they've learned from the mistakes that they made in the early going here on the CT side. Just going to let Finland come to them, which is obviously the smart thing to do at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, well, if the aggressive stance doesn't work for them, it's just obviously good to switch things up, play it different and see how that works. It has, the defensive tact has been working for them.
As you can see, Conan is going to be facing here at long any second. Just managed to grab that headshot to Hayasaka, nicely done. Didn't know that he was there, but still managed to grab the frag. I think Hayasaka perhaps needs a little bit more experience before he plays at this level again.
I must say he's got a slim chance, and Smith does get the AWP shot.
Second round of the CT half here for France. That's now going to make it 14-8. And they are going to have the cash to buy up here. Obviously, the Finns, looks like they are going to be eco for the first time here in the second half. And you'd expect pretty much a straight sort of French eco bash here, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you should do, really. Hopefully for Finland, they need to get this eco out of the way and try and they need to really, I'd say, push for those gun rounds and get the rounds as fast as they can. Too many people will try and get complacent and think, oh, we've got enough rounds to work with just to get the final 1 or final 2. And they end up letting the round slip from them. That's how other teams make the comeback.
Now, DeLonge, though, with the headshot to Smith, so Smith tried to make his way across with that AWP. That really wasn't that advisable, to be quite honest. Bomb has been passed, so we should see an A plant here, so at the very least an extra $800 from... oh, no, it's going to be shut down, in fact. Shot from the A high box, though. Does manage to pick up the double frags with the M4. So no plant for Finland, no extra $800, and I would have to say that Finland probably should have done better to capitalise on the position that they made, though.
Well, France were already pushed up in good positions, like you saw those AA boxes. I mean, it was very hard for Finland to come back from that.
Sammy, from what we've seen so far from Sammy, I mean, his T side hasn't really been that strong, but his CT side was good. Do you think that's probably the difference maker here now that we've seen the momentum shift, that Sammy doesn't seem to be capable of playing on the T side?
Dust 2 can be a very AWP-friendly map. You need to get those picks with the AWP. That's what France are doing. And it's Samitsky that's getting picked by them. So unless Samitsky can find his form and start getting the picks, Finland are going to continue to struggle, really, to get these final rounds.
Yeah, either that or they're going to have to give up that first pick and then just, try and rush Smith's AWP, which isn't really all that advisable, to be quite honest. I think if you are going to deal with Smiths, you've really got to do it with the AWPs now. Sisu is going to grab that HE kill onto High Soccer. High Soccer again caught somewhat out of position here. As we're going to see Sammy go up through short. He's going to grab that headshot onto KRL. It's now A completely open here. Should be seeing that French rotation from the B site, though. As you can see, Smith's just flashing over into those B tunnels from mid.
Yeah, this would be silly if Finland were to lose this. I mean, they've got the players at long to cover the A long bomb plan. I really can't see Finland losing this one.
Well, I think Smith has got some to say about it. He's going to be completely flashed on short, though, and he's going to be just dropped. That's going to be DeLonge, though, with the frag. Did take a fairly big HE hit just before, but obviously the counter flash gone out just at the right time. That's going to give momentum back over to Finland. 6-3 on the half. And we are looking at game point here by my mathematics, 15-9. And, you know, if you would have said that to me at the start of the game, I probably would have laughed at you because, I mean, Dust 2 is renowned as sort of the staple of the French diet, isn't it?
Yeah, the French, as well as Tuscan, they have been known to be very good on the two maps.
Well, anyway, DeLonge started to push out here. Big flashbang going out into that B site. Nicely placed. Just managed to grab the headshot to CRZ. Can't take down Shock, though. Shock only loses 3 HP in that engagement as well. Angel Dust can, though. Yuha coming up with the goods, and it looks like Sammy's going to finally find his AWP. He's going to drop High Soccer on the rotation from short here. It seems like, well, only KRL left alive
it's
here.
All up to KRL.
Then again, if you're going to have one player to leave it up
Doing
to,
well.
why not leave it up to KRL? Because he is an absolute beast, isn't he?
He tends not to be one of the main fraggers in the very game scene, obviously being their caller, but given his chance, as you can see right now, he can pull off some amazing stuff.
One-on-one with Conan, and he is going in the right direction to face here. Opens up with the deagle, picks up the headshot.
Oh.
Nicely done. Beautiful play. The defuse is going to be an elementary one. And, well, that's going to keep France in the game here because we are pretty much at game point now. Under ClanBase Nations Cup rules, I think that we will have overtime on the first map if need be. But then again, Finland shouldn't have to go to OT. I mean, they got 5 game points here, haven't they, Millen?
Indeed, that was silly of them to really let that go, but it was some beautiful play by KRL. And you may see that in a frag movie coming up soon.
I wouldn't be surprised,
really
to be quite
nice.
honest. CSZ looking for that first pick, not going to be happening for him, no. France again playing with 2 AWPs here on Dust 2. Do you think that's advisable, or...?
Sorry, say again?
I'm just going to say, France playing with 2 AWPs again here on Dust 2. Do you think that's advisable, or do you think it's a little bit overkill?
I haven't said that. 4 straight kills by KRL there. Dust 2 CT side, I'd say just 1 really. You need to get up close with the M4 and stop AWP picks, because I said it's the AWP picking T side. It does tend to work well, and if you're trying to face them as well with your AWP, it can prove quite fatal for you.
Well, as we can see from Finland with the cash to buy out yet again here, but if you do lose this, you would imagine that they are going to be eco. Now, the first kill does go the way of Shock for France. It's going to be DeLonge being taken down. 5-on-4. Let's see if the French can capitalise on this because, well, I mean, we're looking at a scoreline now of 15-11, so if they can win the next 4, they can take Dust 2 to overtime and salvage some pride here. KRL and Sisu going to exchange kills, Sammy being headshotted, Sisu being, well, taking those 7.62 runs directly to the chest. Smith just managed to grab that AWP kill whilst completely blind. We missed that, but we were on his side of perspective, so proving that Sisu, well, it's proving that Smith actually has the force here. CSZ also picking up the AWP kill. Angel just replying with the headshot to Shock, but Finland taking the worst of the engagement so far here, and what could very well be another good round for France, Millen.
Yeah, indeed, this is a big job for Angel Dust right now. I'm not too sure we will be able to pull this off. Finland really need to get this final round now rather than later. We're really going to start to feel more complacent as time goes on.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, like I said about the French, they don't really hang their heads that low when you know, they've lost, like, say, 5 or 6 rounds in a row. They know that they're perfectly capable of turning around any game with just deagles, so that confidence is going to play a factor here. Finland don't necessarily have that confidence. I mean, we saw them against Germany. Once they sort of lost 5 or 6 rounds in a row, really they were down and out. So doesn't matter because Smith is going to pick up that deagle headshot into the Angel Dust as he tried to leap down into sort of CT spawn area. That's now going to make it 6 apiece here in the second half. Of course, Finland coming into the second half with that 3-run advantage, finishing 9-6. That's going to make it 15-12, and with just 1 point needed here, Finland could very well choke, couldn't they, Millen?
It is looking like that. I mean, they're having to eco right now. Haven't really seen their Deagles on form like France is.
CSU's going to grab the kill, and the second one,
Having
KRL
said
and
so,
High Stock are both shut down. This gives them a chance here on A, but you can see what they're doing. Do you think this is the right thing to do?
falling back? Yeah, I'd definitely say so. If France have got the AWP set up on the cross, which they do, 2 of them, without any smokes, which they probably don't have beyond on eco, definitely made the right choice.
Well, smart play from the Finns. It looks like we are going to go those upper B tunnels here.
However,
Shock's going to be waiting.
Shock in place.
Devastating play from Shock. Eventually taken down by CSU, who
And the
picks up his
fast
third deep
rotate by
headshot. France,
Just shut it out.
it's just beautiful to watch them play, isn't it? The way that they read teams pretty much like an open book. Very few teams actually would have made that rotation with the speed that France did. You'd almost think that was a bunny hopping rotation, but it wasn't, because I mean, bunny hopping is banned here in the Nations Cup. So just the speed that France move around the map with, it's second to none, isn't it?
It is indeed.
15-13 you score. Millen, what are the chances of a finished victory here on Dust 2 now?
Well, I can definitely see this going to overtime right now. When it comes to overtime, I really couldn't say. Really even.
Well, as we can see, Finland holding back in those upper B tunnels, and rightfully so, because they hear that AWP. Let's try and find out who that's going to be. Is it going to be Smiths? Smiths down mid, actually, so it's going to be CIZ over towards that B site, and from this point forward now, with Smiths dug in, I think the sort of B tunnels is pretty much a no-go here for Finland. Really, I think you've got to deal with Sharp, because that's the only place that those 2 AWPs aren't actually checking out at this point. AK spray and M45 being exchanged. Shock going to grab the kill onto Samitsky. Does look like we are going to see the bomb go B here as CIZ picks up that AWP kill again. Like I was saying, you really don't want to face CIZ in a situation where he's got that cover of those boxes. He does manage to grab himself 2 easy frags. Conan from window though, I think. Yep, it was from window. Does manage to grab the headshot as Angel just also picking up an AK-47 headshot to Shock. Bomb is going to start to move forward here. You can see it being passed across the doors. Smith's on the outside, but that Deagle does manage to get a decent tag. We've got 3 members of that French squad outside B waiting here, and well, no plan as of yet from the Finns, and rightfully so, because the second that they do go for that plant, that means that you got 1 weapon out of play, doesn't it, man?
Risky manoeuvre by Angelus there, pushing out. Didn't fully pay off for him. It's all down to Canona.
Well, there's one. He's got 1 more to find. It's going to be Smith. Smith, though, with the AK-47 frag, does manage to clutch the round, only losing 1 HP in the process as well. So we're now seeing 15-14 here, and the French have clawed the way back into this game on the CT side now.
Like I said, Dust 2 can be a very strange map. People assume it to be terrorist-sided, but really can go either way.
As you can see, top scorer so far is going to be Smith, 21-9, KRL on 15-11. And third place, that honour is going to be tied between DeLonge and Shock, 14-9 apiece. AWPs being fired up. Not particularly too much going on across the map here from Finland. Finland just seem to be holding back a little bit, and rightfully so, because France only need 1 more round to take this to overtime, of course. And well, the Finns have got to be kicking themselves at this point, because they did have, what, we saw them at 15-9 at one point, didn't we?
Yeah. Angel just picking up an AWP now. Seemingly taking over from Samitsky.
Just spamming the sort of regular noob spots here. I don't think you're particularly going to find France in those, to be quite honest. Oh, Smith's waiting on the corner, though. That's nice to take down Angelus here. Conan replies with a headshot. Beautifully done, though. Bit of peek with the AK-47. And Sisu also grabbing a kill. Not before KRL could take down Samitsky, though. Finland do have the bomb on long here, so they have made some good headway. But as you can see, DeLonge not able to get up short. Shock going to shut him down. And I think that's probably the end of this round. We are going to see overtime if, well, unless Conan can do something really special here with that AWP. Bomb is going to be past. Conan going to be the man to go forward. Sisu with 46 HP is going to hang back a little bit. Good HE there from Conan if there is anybody in that spot. Shock was pretty close, but it doesn't stop him from grabbing the headshot. Sisu is going to know where he is, but he's not going to be able to stop him. Shock picking up 3 kills that round, and well, keeping France in the first map here. It's going to be a 15-15 score, and I think we're probably going to see OT. Yep, KRL shouting out OT. Good has been exchanged, and I have to say, Finland probably guilty of throwing that game away, though.
I think the problem is that we didn't see the individual piece of skill that we did from Finland in the first half. The first half we were seeing 3-4 kills around by 1 individual player really doing something special, and we just didn't see that really in the second half.
Nope, but we did see it from KRL. I mean, KRL picking up couple of hat-tricks and a 4-man as well. So France proving that they are perfectly capable of playing that T side as good as anybody, even if their terrorist, sorry, I should say CT side as good as anybody, even if the terrorist side was a little bit uncharacteristically weak here.
Indeed, like you said, KRL some individual pieces that were great, but Smith's just been generally consistent throughout. You know, he was picking up about probably 2 frags every round. Like, nothing amazingly special, but just really doing his part for the team.
Yeah, well, OT is going to be starting here in a matter of moments, hopefully, because, like I said, we did have a lot of delays coming into this game due to server choice and all that kind of, you know, good stuff that we see in Counter-Strike 5-on-5. Probably the next map will be Train, because that's what's been chosen by the Finns, I believe, because it's perceived as a weak French map, but I don't particularly think that's right, because, I mean, if France can play Dust 2 with 2 AWPs, they're definitely going to play Train with 2 AWPs, one inside and one probably Z-Connector, and if you got Smiths and CRZ on the same team, both dropping bombs with those AWPs, Train can be very one-sided. I mean, the CT side already has an easy task of it. If you do have 2 great AWP players...
Train is an AWPer's paradise, to put it simply, and it just seems that France do have the stronger AWP at the moment.
Yeah, I think Angel Dust picking up that AWP is not necessarily a good sign. It means that Samitsky's lost a bit of confidence here, and while Angel Dust hasn't been as strong with the AWP as perhaps he would have liked, I mean, seeing him at the Gadget show, there was moments of brilliance from him, but I didn't really see any with the AWP, so I think he needs to perhaps get his AWP aim back. His pistols have been just spot on, and his AK-47 work was also pretty good as well, but I think Angel Dust is probably, you know, a couple of weeks away from being where he was with the AWP, so I think Train is probably going to be a French biased map, to be quite honest, because, like I said, Smiths and CRZ have just been decimating fools with those AWPs. Anyway, OT now underway. It's going to be MR3 with a 10k start. Angel Dust, just to prove me wrong, he does manage to pick up the headshot on the peak onto CRZ, but it's always easier to actually get that first kill on the CT side.
P90 buy by the terrorists is not going to do them any good, really.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Who actually bought the P90? Let's go and name and shame them.
Not too sure. They have dropped it since. That is going to hurt their cash flow.
How much is a P90? Is it like 1,000? Is it 2,200 or 1,900? I can never remember.
Say about 2,000 something. I can't say I know, to be fair.
Yeah, so you're talking about the price of a Galil, though, which if Finland do lose this round, could very well hurt them, to be quite honest, because probably not going to be able to afford the AK come that 3rd round. That is, of course, unless they win the 2nd. Smith's dead to 19 HP, forced to fall back into CT spawn. France have had the better of this first round of the MR3 overtime, though. Smith's again firing up with that AWP. He's going to drop DeLonge. And really, I mean, after getting that first pick with the AWP, Finland have just seemingly hit a brick wall here, haven't they, Millen?
They're not really capitalising on it, are they? They're sitting back, really complacent. They've got the pick and then just trying to work for them more. They're not trying to work on what they've already got.
Let's see, so going to be walking short here with that AWP. I think he probably has been spotted by KRL, though. You see that KRL is actually starting to adjust here as he does peek out, opens up with the M4, grabs one frag. Does he get the second one? No! That was kind of embarrassing, but he does leave a nice easy kill for High Soccer, so High Soccer finishes off with the M4, and that's now 1-0 in the overtime, so scoreline of 16-15 in favour of France here, and France on that CT side, they had the momentum from the second half where we saw them actually win the, I think it's the last, last 6 straight rounds, wasn't it?
6 or 7, yeah. It was a shame to see just then. Angel just really getting the first pick and then nothing really came of it.
Well, like you said, you got to actually capitalise on that first kill and actually press the action. But France are one of those teams. If you give them sort of 5 seconds to sort of get back into position and figure out where the hole is, they will try and you know, plug that hole and stop you from actually capitalising on it, which is exactly what they did do. KRL through the smoke here at long. He does manage to grab one headshot. Angel just going to reply though, so back to a neutral 4-on-4 situation. This is where really we've got to see Finland now start to move, because they do have a little bit of an opening here on short, and they can actually start to push that bomb forward. But Smith at the cross does manage to pick up the AWP kill, and really they've got to tie in sort of both ends of the push. They've got to manage to break long and short at the same time. Now Angel Dust and CSS are going to do exactly that here, as they do manage to pick up those 2 kills. Bomb should go down here any second. If Finland aren't careful, they're not going to be able to capitalise on this. It looks like CSS is going to be jumping down, so we could be going B here with the bomb Millen. I think that's a good idea.
Smart play there. They've known that the other one's at long and probably going to have another one push around from short. They're going to get trapped in. A nice shot by High Soccer there. Don't think he knows Angel Dust is there. Oh, he's let himself go.
Well, Angel Dust going to use that smoke as a fake flash. Doesn't really pay off for him, though, as Haisaka picks up the kill. And really, again, Finland, I'm not quite sure why Angel Dust decided he was going to face in that situation. He should have just picked up the bomb from Sisu.
I think he needed a bit more confidence to hold in that. Like, he'd already committed to the position. So really, he needs to keep the confidence, let Haisaka get closer. He just didn't notice them there at all, scoping in on the B side. It could have paid off for him, and unfortunately, he peaked too early and it just didn't.
Oh, he could have just legged it to window and managed to get that bomb down and made Haisaka come to him, because retaking that B site with an AWP, not impossible, but if you've got an AK in the right spot, there's no reason that you can't actually shut them down when they go window or door, because there's that split second where Lily, you can't bring that AWP to bear. Anyway, first kill is going to go the way of Finland here. It's going to be a short push, seemingly falling back a little bit with the bomb, and this is what I'm talking about. I mean, even though he took that initial flash, there's nothing to stop them pushing A high, because both teams were flashed at that point. Anyway, Conan is going to pick up the
nice shot by Smiths there.
I was going to say Smiths and Haisaka, though, managed to grab the 2 kills just before, and really now with the bomb going down, I suppose Finland have got the advantage, but nothing to stop France here from actually putting on a retake, because you can see we've got Haisaka on short. CSZ actually watching long, so that bomb cannot be defended from the long pit here, because CSZ is going to be trying to block that. It can now, because Conan does manage to pick up the AK-47 frag. This is looking good for Finland's first round of the OT, isn't it?
It is. But, I mean, the bomb isn't planted for long, so Conan could not go into long, but it doesn't matter, he gets the headshot.
Oh, actually, you're correct. Yeah, it was planted just behind the box, safe for shot, I suppose. I'd say it's more of a goose plant than anything, but it is safe from shot whilst you plant him. Anyway, that's going to be a 2-1 scoreline on the OT. That gives us a scoreline of 17-16.
That's been pretty consistent with what we've seen so far, really. The CT side getting double the amount of rounds of the terrorist side. I can pretty much see this happening again and going into a second overtime.
Yep, we could be in for the long haul here, of course. This is the best of 3 as well, so we could very well see it go to 3 maps. And after the delay and such, it's kind of been a long evening in Counter-Strike Source here, but I'm glad to actually be bringing you the Nations Cup final, because it is, regardless of what people say about ClanBase, this cup is still very prestigious, and you got nationalistic pride at stake. So it's good coverage for myself here at Quad V. Anyway, Shock and Company, looks like they're going to be putting a lot of actual sort of stock in mid here. You see we've got Smiths trying to get that mid pick, but I don't think you're going to particularly see any CTs making the mistake that Smiths did in the start of the OT, where he did try to face against Samitsky. No, Smith's just checking out the... In fact, it was Angel Dust who tried to face, sorry. Smith's probably getting the tag, yep, and he's going to get the headshot for the box. That's the difference maker right there. If you've got a player who's that consistent, like you said before, he can very well change the course of the entire game, can't he?
Can, and he's proven it right now.
All red kills, pretty much. We do see the bomb going down B here, so France going to consolidate a position around that B site. It was a 4-on-1. Angel Dust pretty much just giving the kill up there, and I think perhaps saving that M4 would have been the smarter thing to do, to be quite honest. But then again, I mean, if Finland do lose this next round, then that's GG for Dust 2, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
18-16
Really
the final
and
score.
They've obviously got the money in overtime to be able to buy this next round. So either way, they have to win this one, or it doesn't matter if they've got no money.
Let's see what we've got. France here just holding back a little bit, not really committed to that first push. You see we've got Smith's top mid again. It seems to be that France is somewhat dependent here on Smiths and CSZ with those AWPs to make that first pick, but unlike Finland, they actually seem capable of capitalising on that first kill, don't they?
I don't know if you saw that then again with Angel Dust. He was pushed up by the long door, and he was really in a great position. He hadn't been seen as far as I know, and he could have waited for the AWPer to come, get close to him, but no, he tried to peek, and luckily he got away without being killed. But again, I think he should have really stayed with his initial instincts to push up there.
Like, see, we still have Angel Dust at those long double doors. He's going to peek out, opens up with the M4, doesn't really tag. He's going to be forced to fall back, but KRL's going to get the angle on him and pick up that AWP kill. Like you said, that's probably a big mistake there. That could very well cost Finland this OT, couldn't it?
He needs to have the confidence in his position to stop being so aggressive. That's what I've seen before with Finland. And they're more defensive and passive. They've been doing better than being aggressive.
Well, Haisaka and DeLonge going to exchange kills. Sisu and Haisaka both being dropped here and spend the rest of the round in spec mode. And the bomb does go down on A. France with the advantage here. Smith's missing quite an easy shot, and the second one to follow it up, but Doesn't matter because he doesn't miss 3 in a row as we see he drops DeLonge. We've got CSZ in the pit here, so yep, Sammy's going to be dropped. That's going to be GG for those
time
two.
to jump.
That's going to be the sort of first map in the bag now for this French squad. And like I did say, I do see Train actually going their way because, well, with Smiths and CRZ playing the way that they are, that's probably going to close down the inside and the Z connector. So I'd imagine a lot of side pushes are going to be needed.
Yeah, I think more than anything that game, it wasn't so much Finland really dropping their game, but France really raising theirs in the second half. I think they weren't really hitting the shots first half, and come second, were just really on form, warmed up, and did what they do best.
That's what they certainly did do. I think maybe I was a little bit too critical, like you just pointed out, of Finland. But then again, there were those occasions where they did manage to get the first pick and really didn't capitalise. So it'll be interesting to see if they can actually change the game up on Train. Considering that Finland probably should have won this game, I'd imagine they're fairly despondent at this point. So we could be seeing a little bit of disillusionment, if I can get my words out, on the Finnish squad. And really on a map like Train, if you start off on that T side, if you go into it sort of already your head held low, it doesn't bode well, does it, Milan?
No. Like I've said, Finland have been quite aggressive in their play, and Train does tend to fare well for aggressive play. You know, when they're trying to AWP from long range, if you're aggressive with the rifle, get up close to people, it really can pay off you. So whether that'll work for Finland or whether they're going to try and now revert back to being defensive, to see.
Well, what we're going to do here, we're going to do the pertinent thing. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the second map of the ClanBase Nations Cup final. It's Finland versus France. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. Back after this.
Counter-Strike, Quake, Enemy Territory, Supreme Commander, Battlefield, Unreal Tournament. Your game, your coverage, your Quad V. QuadV.com.